All right, I guess welcome back, Sebastian. We did a little interview a while back, but now we're gonna do a bit more of an informal chat, just talking about bass and stuff. Welcome back. How has bass been treating you?
What's good, bro? Happy to be here. Shout out Nico's the GOAT. And yeah, I think everyone, if you're not on base right now, if you're still trenching soul, I mean, it's time to lock in. Jump on base today. Like, no conversation, no questions asked. You need to bridge over and jump on base.
Yeah, it looks like Soul is old news. There's definitely been some interesting stuff on bass. Some of it is seemingly more legit for sure. Like, where did you first start to see the shift over to bass? Because for me, it was I was trading cards from Kyoto, and then I was chatting with him. He did a big thesis on cards that was really good, and then he started shitting me pod super fucking early, like way before it started sending, and
Right?
I wasn't too tuned to the bass kind of like moves just yet. And I started to see it moving, and I was like, "Fuck!" Like, you know what I mean? I should have. He literally sent this to me on the floor. Like, why did I buy it? But I just like decided to just go with the momentum anyway, and like still caught basically the majority of the move. It's come back a bit since then, but I took some profit. How was the how'd you get started on bass this time around?
Like originally was obviously Malt Book. Like that was like the most hyped up token on base. And then Banker season, like we had a mini one like maybe like 2, 3 months ago. That was cool, but I wasn't like as deep into it. Then this time I was like, okay, cool. Solana, the trenches is it's not great right now. I'm still making money on it to be honest. I can't really complain. I'm up like 30K on the week. But I want to hit cooks that are going to like mills. I don't want to scrape for 100K toppers. And if you look at base and especially on the banker launchpad, they have coins going to 5, 10, 15 mil every single day. So it's like, why would I not position myself over there? Just having a look at deck screener and looking at the difference between Solana runners and base runners, I'm like, fuck, I gotta get interested. Every smart trader that I know is talking about base as opposed to Solana. Everyone with money is talking about base as opposed to Solana, and there's institutional interest from big teams and VCs in base right now.
I think the biggest difference as well is that like a lot of these coins on base are arguably like more legit, but it reminds me a lot of like the AI season that we initially saw on Solana. I think that the main difference right now is that on Pump Fund, well, I mean on Solana we were so used to Pump Fund related stuff, whereas I would say on base, although we are seeing a lot of action on places like Banker, there are still a lot more kind of just organically launched tokens from like real teams with like proper supply distro everything that have been out for a while and are getting attention now, I guess, in the limelight. And I think a lot of this really, despite what anyone else wants to say, is all downstream of VVV, right? Like it's pretty much like a
Yeah,
$1 billion token now. That's what has
yeah.
like kickstarted this entire base season and general also just like move towards real tech, given how actually like fundamentally solid the tokenomics are on VVV, and also the very like real use case of private encrypted AI. What are your thoughts on like VVV and stuff, and see if you can like relate some of those tokenomics to Banker or something like that, because there's some like similarities at least.
Yeah, I think VVV is sick. The main points is what you said. It's like an actual legitimate team backed by they have like a company, they have revenue, they launch the token, they control supply, the liquidity on base, especially Banker. This doesn't apply to VVV obviously, but is maybe triple as thick as the coins on Solana. And all that means is it's just like there's more money and it's harder for it to go down. So it's like these rich people that are buying into these coins are actually willing to hold, coupled with the fact that the liquidity is better, it just creates infinitely higher ceilings and makes holders a lot more comfortable, I guess. Like the token can't shit as quickly as it can on Solana. And VVV, people kept on fading it, myself including. But then, the team is great. They've been cooking. Then the actual tech behind is sick. People love the whole privacy meta. Then you mix privacy and AI. Fucking VCs and people with real money, their eyes light up, and that's just what happened with VVV. They've seen, the biggest two waves of crypto and finance right now be combined in one topic that is actually has a legit team as well. And I mean, yeah, VVV is outperforming every single crypto besides like hype.
Did you take a look at Near at all?
Yes, I have been watching Neo.
That bro, I was getting shilled Near like a week ago, and I was looking at it when it was at like 1.6, and Arthur Hayes kind of like soft endorsed it at the end of like one of his recent articles, and I was also speaking to some guys like from the Near Foundation, and I even actually when I first got into crypto, I was actually building, funnily enough, on Near. It's like a whole different story to that, but I was like watching it like starting to move again, and now I'm starting to see not only everyone shilling it, and obviously the price is up like $1, but the even the Venice team, like the VVV team founder Eric Voorhees, whatever his name is, he's doing like live streams with the Near founder as well, Ilya,
Yeah,
and shit
I
like
saw
that.
that. Hey,
It's
bro,
crazy to see.
you got good information. What the hell? You were getting it showed a week ago. Like,
Yeah, I know,
I
but
remember
I didn't think it was gonna happen like this. I was, you know what I mean?
I saw it on Twitter by like this. I forgot which account that I follow, but it's like a quant account, and I always like actually DD and research whenever they post. And they posted about Neo when they got approved, and was like saying that because of the privacy tech, that all the casinos are gonna run through Neo now instead of whatever coin they were using. And I saved the post and meant to look at it, and I completely forgot. 3 days later, it just like, went up 60%. And I was like, fuck, I could have easily longed that and made some good money. But you win some, you lose some, you miss some, you fade some. And that's just how the game is.
Yeah, I think it's like tricky to try long it here. I mean, obviously, if Zcash keeps running, if VVV keeps running, and like privacy everything, but I think that VVV is probably fairly topped for now. Like as bullish as I am on it, I'm not trying to FUD it, not trying to hate on it. Just like the shit is just like up like an insane amount. But I guess that kind of like goes into the rest of base ecosystem, right? Like if VVV is like very extended here, like it literally got listed on Robinhood recently, which I don't know about you, but like my typical way of looking at this stuff is when you see something like that, like that's usually when you're starting to like top. Like surprisingly, it's actually kept going a little bit. Like that wasn't the
It's
top,
usually the top
but
until it isn't.
until it isn't, yeah.
Until it isn't. Like the thing that kind of makes me a bit more bullish on Zcash, hype, virtuals is there's a lot of money pouring out of other ecosystems like Sol, ETH, even BTC, all these other Dino coins, Mantra, Polygon, blah blah blah. There's lots. You look at the chart. The chart's fucked. There's lots of money flowing out, and I feel like that sort of big money institutionally still has some appetite for risk, even if we're in like a bear market. So it'd be interesting to see if a lot of these outflows coming from those coins and ecosystems flow into this new privacy AI thing that we see in crypto right now, which is like a big bull case, and I would love to see that happen.
And like where have you mainly? Obviously, you speak about Banker, but have you been trading coins anywhere else? And how are you generally like surfacing, getting discovery on these coins? What are you using to trade them? Anything special?
Cool. I'll drop source. Everyone's gatekeeping. Even I made a post today and I was like talking about how it's base season. All my comments and like everyone in my Discord's like, bro, don't fucking talk about it, this and that. But I'm a man of the people. I'm a drop a source. Okay. Simple. It's I'm not even that genuinely, I'm not even that good at like base EVM. Like there's people that are way better than me. But I'm telling you, it's just not that difficult. Go on GMGN, bridge some base over, use D bridge or whatever. All you have to do is check the trending. On trending, there's going to be coins that are running. Find out about those narratives, why they're running. Usually they're going to be privacy, a good team, um, even just to endorse from a docs dev that has like GitHub stars. Something so simple as like back in AI meta of Solana, you have to do 10 times more research. Just the dev having like being doxed and having like a good GitHub repo, if he endorses or interacts with a token, it's gonna 2 to 3x, right? So it's easy to buy floors on these new coins. I mainly trade banker coins just because the liquidity is really good, and you can have bots on banker or trackers on banker. So every time someone asks to deploy a coin, I see it in my little tracker. I can even fuck it. I'll drop all the source. This is the app. Follow this account. The username is Banker Scanner. BANKRSCANNER. Right? So every time Banker deploys a coin, it will tell you who deployed it. it will say the token address, who the fees are going to, and then every time someone claims the fees, it will also ping you, right? So it's free as fuck. Like today, someone claimed the fees on his own coin. Someone else deployed for him, and it 3x, and it's just like I made money like that. Or you can pop up my screenshot of my trade today. I had a 55K entry on a coin that went to 1 mil. I forgot the name, Loki, but it doesn't matter. He just self-deployed his coin. I was just sitting on GMGN scanning new pairs, a banker deploy. I had a look that it tells you that he dev'd it. And then, I mean, it was just free. I just bought it 55K. He ended up bull posting. He was friends with really base devs. He had like endorses from Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Base, and like the VVV team and whatever. And it just kept on uptaking, and it ended up going to a mil. And I could have made like so much money. I only made like 5.5K, but I mean, it just shows you how easy it was. I'm genuinely not that skilled at the EVM game yet.
The funny thing is as well is like whether you're using GMGen or FOMO or like whatever it is, I think that there's like this thing on the EVM side where people aren't really as attuned to tracking wallets just because it's something that they were doing like way more on the Solana side, and they're kind of like, like the EVM seasons, like they feel like they kind of always come in waves. And so I think for that reason, like people didn't really hustle too much to like do all of their wallet tracking and build that up. And I would say that also the established names of like big track wallets is not really a thing on base in the same way. It's more like whale movements or like holders of like other coins switching to new coins. But like I think that things like FOMO help to like make it a bigger like thing in total, and like people are using that more as confluence. I'm assuming GMGN obviously like you're probably using that as well to like, are you tracking anyone on there or anything like that?
Yes, good point. I forgot about that. There is so many better traders than me that I dead ass should be copy trading. For example, if you don't have FOMO, you're retarded. If you don't have FOMO notifications on, you're retarded. People like better traders, 10 times better traders than you and me are dropping pings on their thesis as to why a token should do well. And they actually are running as well because of the coins have higher ceilings. So some of these people like that are really good on EVM are getting in sub 500K, sub 300K, pinging a thesis for you to have a look at, and you can just buy on top of them. And the same thing on GMGN. You can turn on KOL bubbles on GMGN and just identify which wallets are constantly early. If you're smart, you can go and uh, don't use the KOL bubbles. Just go and actually find your own wallets. Um, and then it's kind of free. Like these same people that are making money on every single token, it's not luck. They're consistent because they're good. Maybe they have inside information. Maybe they have a Discord full of people that are constantly trenching base. And if you just position yourself alongside them, you're gonna make money.
And it sounds like you're making, you're trying to basically have a almost like a sole new pair style approach to this base trading, but I guess some of the core ethos and like general behavior on base is a little bit more like slightly longer term hold, and it's like much more like narrative kind of like driven around like tech and stuff. Is there any tokens you're actually bullish on, you're actually holding right now?
Yeah, like I talked about the new pair deploying today, which is actually a rare trade for me. Most of the coins, as you know, they're coins that have come out maybe a month ago, maybe 3 months ago, and they've kind of just sat at a low market cap, like sub 1 mil, maybe sub 5 mil. And then what happens is there's a lot more traction. So either the company gets like acquired, they get an interaction from like the base team, the virtuals team, and all these catalysts are really pushing the price of old coins. That means you don't have to fight new pair rapists 24/7, which is something that I like. You can buy coins. Currently, I hold, let's have a quick look. I just made like 15K on surplus, if you remember, if
Nice.
you had a look at that coin. That was a good cook. Right now I'm holding Super Gemma or Super Gamma, whatever it's called.
Yeah, I saw that
I'm
earlier
holding
as well.
Cyber End. I'm holding Cyber End, and those two are all I'm holding right now. I sold everything else. But like there's a lot of coins that I really like. For example, Dolphin Pod is really cool. Obviously Virtuals. Surplus, I'm kind of mad that I sold it so early because I really like the tech behind that. And yeah, there's plenty of good coins, and it rewards holders. just be early, and you can actually hold these coins, and there's a good chance that there's some interactions or catalysts, especially when Banker is like bag working, OX deployer is bag working. The team is actually serious about driving real on-chain technology into businesses, and the fee distribution is great as well. Like obviously these people that are making these companies and startups, maybe they don't want to get VC backed and all that bullshit. They just want to drop a coin or endorse a coin that they're getting fees from, and they make a quick extra 50, 100K that they can therefore put back into their coin, into their project, sorry.
Yeah, what do you think about the general base foundation or team in terms of like endorsing and like there was obviously a bit of an incident with the sleeping giant coin kind of getting shielded a little bit. I don't really blame them to be honest though, because like you're running a chain, a coin fucking goes to like 5 mil out of nowhere. You're like, hey, like let's. They didn't even really endorse it. They just were going along with the meme, and like I genuinely wouldn't even be surprised if like fucking Jesse didn't even realize it was a coin and he just thought it was like a meme. But like, who knows?
He probably thought it was copy pasta, to be honest,
Yeah, bro,
and like he
literally.
didn't realize it was a coin. But I have a funny story about that. So I bought the sleeping giant at 70K, uh, so like very very
How'd
early,
you get
and I
in that
rode it up to
early?
like 100.
Jesus.
Bro, I'm telling you, I'm locked in on base, man. I'm tracking wallets. I'm scanning. Anyway, I send it to all my group chats, and every single group chat says, "You're an idiot. Memes are not running on base. This is a tech platform." So I'm like, I start second guessing. I'm like, fuck, I really think this is good, but that's kind of true. It is tech. I'm like, what's ever ran on base? I'm thinking Brett, but that's like so long ago. So I'm like, okay, I start scaling out at like 600K, and I go get a massage. After the massage, I come out, it's at like 3.5 mil. And then I top blast on FOMO like 10 bags. And then I'm up 2x, I'm up 10K. And then I round trip it all to $1,000 loss. So yeah, that's just to say not every group chat is good. Don't let people fudge you out of your bag sometimes, but what can you do?
Yeah, I had someone sent it to me at like 2 mil or something like that. I was gonna blast at like 2.5, and I didn't for whatever reason. Saw it fucking go to like 4.5. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake! I was like, all right, fine. Like it just made sense, you know what I mean? Like it's see everyone
Yeah,
showing it.
yeah. I
Wrote it.
liked it. I liked it.
It
I
was
liked the
good.
coin a
It
lot.
was good. It was good. Wrote it up to like 7 or whatever it went to, and like tried to bid some more on the bounce. Sorry, on the pullback, but it just like shit did not bounce. Just went to zero. So I got out
You
pretty
got
quick.
touched. Yeah.
Yeah, I got touched unfortunately.
Same.
That's part of the game, I guess. I mean, how long do you think it's gonna last? That's a good question.
The roadmap that coins have on base is a lot more efficient than Solana ever has been or ever will be. For example, Base is a normally friendly chain. Coinbase is Base's, currency. They're the creators of Base. And Coinbase is the largest crypto exchange next to Binance. Like everyone that's in crypto has a Coinbase account, and everyone in and Coinbase has deep pockets, deep pockets. So when they decide to endorse coins, it's not like Solana Foundation endorsing coins. It's completely different. This is real institutional money. This is people with deep pockets. So I think, could it be a short-lived wind? Yes, of course. But maybe, just maybe, Virtuals keeps running, Pod keeps running, we get another Malt Book type runner, we get some more privacy coins, we onboard some more creators, some more really good devs that want to put their projects on chain, and maybe we have, 9 fig runners again, which would be amazing. I think everyone would love that. The way that it's going to die out quickly is me doing shit like this and it's getting new pair raped. However, I do think that's worth it because some people are going to go and more volume, more liquidity, more money, more opportunities for you guys to make money. What more could I want, besides to make you guys money? So, but please, if you bridge, don't go over there and just new pair rape. Like, at least try and trade. At least try and hold your bags. At least try and have some conviction. Do some research about teams. And yeah, don't marry your bags either, but at least have some conviction.
The interesting thing is, I think as well, is that virtuals as a token itself has not even like run that much, and I'd argue it's because most of the runners this time round haven't been on virtuals. I think a lot of old heads are trying to force stuff on virtuals, but like realistically, there hasn't been too much like new stuff that's been successful and like really trending too much outside of virtuals. I think that banker is generally more interesting, and I think that given we've now seen in the past, uh, let's call it like week to 2 weeks, what like GitLab went to like 20, 30 or whatever it is. We've had a couple other like
Mhm.
10 mil plus runners. I feel like Banker's gonna have its time to shine in terms of like the platform token. Like it's been pinging
Yeah.
up and down like 10-20%, but it hasn't actually gone on like a real run like it did in the past where it went to like 100 mil. Like I personally like if you want to take a bet on all of this and you don't think that you're a confident trader and stuff like that in terms of picking the bets, I think just like buy the shovel, just buy some banker. They're doing, I think
Spit some banker.
yeah, it's not 100% buybacks. I think they do like 20% or something like that, but I think it's pretty bullish.
Yeah. And then also bullish on banker. They just dropped a tweet saying that they're gonna have like their own fund where they're you know, tapping profits from their company into top projects on Banker. So it's kind of similar to what like Believe in Bags was doing during Prime Believe in Bags meta, which is I think is really sick.
Yeah, I think also the main dev of Banker, Zero X Deployer, is like low key a Chad. Like he kind of tapped
He
in.
is a Chad. He's based, bro. I like
He's
him.
based.
Like he's cool. He actually like cares. He endorses. He bag works. He does a lot of shit where it's just like, okay, cool. You actually, you're one of us. Like he doesn't get hate. Even though some of the coins go to zero, he endorses. It's like that's just part of the game.
Like he put out this tweet: Is anyone from at Dune online right now? We need more credits. I find shit like that funny. But yeah, like they're doing like they did like was it in 300 mil plus 7 day Uniswap volume, which is kind of insane.
Yeah, bro, it's pretty crazy. Like no one's putting that much vol in Uniswap no more.
You think you're gonna start doing some streaming, some base streaming your pairs on base?
It's boring. Like most of it's just holding and trying to see if people. It's kind of like please, bro, like endorse my coin, but it's also like it's good for the projects as well. So would I stream? I don't know. I'm kind of anti-streaming. I don't want to sell on like people that are watching me, especially like, for example, you guys having like $1,000 or a couple grand and you're putting in these coins. The last thing I want you to do is to lose money, and then even more on top of that, for me to take your money. Like at that point, I don't want your money, and I want you guys to make money. So that's why I don't really like streaming. But I'm down to make like educational content, to post like alpha, um, and yeah, to help you guys understand the base narrative better. And I'm not saying this like Solana is forever dead and like base is the new shiny shovel or whatever. It's just trends change. You got to adapt to the market. If you're a trader, you got to understand that there's always waves and trends, and if you're not riding the waves and trends, you're gonna get left behind.
Hell yeah, awesome. I mean, this is honestly I think this is a pretty bullish little base segment. I think we covered pretty much everything we need to cover, unless you got anything else you want to say.
Nah, no, no, no. Just like take it from me, don't be lazy because it's like when you hear about these new chains, you're like, fuck, if I bridge, I'm just gonna lose money. And it's just like bridge with a little bit of money and actually put effort into researching it, finding KOLs that are really good traders, tracking their wallets, and studying why previous coins that have run to 10 mil, 20 mil have run and why. And then you can actually understand all these things and make some money. Don't be lazy about it like I have previously in the past and missed out on making thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars.
Bro, it's always like that tiny little bit of effort that you can't be bothered to put in, like buying when you see like that dip, or like bridging to that chain quickly, like when you see the first mention of it. Like that's always the thing that costs you the most. Always.
The little things that matter, man. But yeah, I appreciate you having me on. Hopefully, you guys learned a lot. And yeah, hopefully, we see some crazy big runners on base and bankers soon.
Hell yeah, appreciate it, bro.